Good evening, folks. Welcome back to the saw shed here. Check it out. Oh, baby. Nothing like wood heat here. Just fixing a handle here. Today, guess what? We're going to go out into the woods and see if we can find some broken trees, some down firewood. I haven't been out past like the first couple 100 feet of the woods. I'm sure we're going to find something, so we're just going to load up, go for an adventure. I am sure there's something broken down that we can cut up for firewood. So yeah. But anyways, before we get into it, subscriber shout outs as always. I'd like to thank Mike Austin, David Drennan, and Bob Wood. Thank you guys for always tuning in, subscribing. Sorry, forgot the last couple videos. Dad and I were just working, hustling around the yard here, so I forgot. My apologies. So there we go. Let's get the four-wheeler. Let's get the gear. We're rocking the Echo CS 490 today, the 490. We're going to give the 590 a little rest there. And then we have the McCulloch Eager Beaver as well. So yeah, folks, let's just go out and be with nature. We still have frozen ground. It's slowly warming up. We got some crappy weather coming, unfortunately. But yeah, let's go cut some wood. We'll find something. Well, we didn't get far. So we got this dead limb to take care of. There's really no firewood here. But we have that top there. I'm trying to figure out what tree that came out of. That's a good looking, oh man, doesn't take much around here. That's a good small little jag of wood. I'm just trying to figure out which home base it came out of. That one's leaning too. Look at how heavy that one's leaning. Wow. That might be a good one too. Oh no, there it is. That limb came out of that tree there. Okay, so that one's all right. We can't get to that anyway. So yeah, let's get the Mac. Let's cut this up. This will be some boiler wood. And we'll just continue to clean up our trail, folks. Work our way down. I'm sure there's plenty of wood. That leaner is, that's an oak. That's nice. We'll have to see. That thing took a beating, so yeah, let's have some fun. We're gonna start with the Mac for the limbs and branches. And then we'll run, we haven't ran the 490 in a while, and then we'll transition to the 490 for the bigger part of the tree, but we'll get the limbs out of the way with the little McCulloch. I love that thing. All right, folks, how y'all doing today? Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. For those of you who maybe don't know, this McCulloch here was the first saw I ever cut firewood on. I believe it's a 1994 or 96 Mac. And it was one of the... My dad's had a few saws. My dad's not a logger or forester or whatever. You know, we grew up, we had plenty of trails and whatnot. It was mostly just trail maintenance. He had that saw and a couple other ones. But, man, I'll tell you... For a saw that's, 94, 30 years old, we'll call it, the thing still screws. So 94, 96, something like that. But I absolutely love it. Original top end, always mix good fuel and oil with it. So yeah, needless to say, let's listen to this thing roar. This thing absolutely rocks. To do now is I just like make piles right by the side of the trail, and then when we're all said and done, we'll load up and haul it out. But let's get the 490, let's get this dead branch out of here, clean up the trail, and then we can continue on in our merry way. So that side of the tree you just saw me cut is no good, but this side is still pretty good. So we're just going to toss this in with the rest of the boiler wood because we don't like to waste wood around here. All right, not bad. All we have left is the small branches. A little pile here, a little pile there. That tree is all gone. We'll leave that. It's not even worth boiler wood. That's saying a lot for me. So yeah, let's keep roaming on, folks. It never takes as long to find wood here. This is actually, if you remember, the pine trees from, I'll attach a picture of the thumbnail of the video. So yeah, we'll buck these up into boiler firewood, stack it here closer to the trail, and then yeah, we'll be continue on in our hunt for firewood. There's no lack of it around here. Yeah, if memory serves, these couple pine trees weren't slated to come down when I filmed that video. It's just that tree got so hung up, it ended up going, I wanted it to go north, but it ended up going south. Again, didn't matter here because look where we are. We're out in the bush. Doesn't matter which way we drop a tree. But needless to say, this was half dead anyway, so we'll make some really good boiler wood out of this. So yeah, let's go ahead, cut the stump, and move on. So I often get asked, well, Jay, why do you leave such a high stump? If a tree is for firewood, there's no reason for me to fall it literally on the ground. So I can do what you did here, clean up that top cut. Usually with the stumps, I'll make, these are roughly 16-inch pieces of firewood. This would be like camp wood, around the yard wood. So generally what I'll do is I'll high stump it at about maybe 3 feet or so. And then the last, I'll divide that other section like you see here. I cut the half of it off, and then I'll cut the stump flush. Just so it doesn't leave a presence. If we roll around here with the four-wheel, at least I don't have to get hung up on a big stump. I can just roll right over it. So that's generally the way I do things. If the tree is a saw log for a sawmill, obviously we'll cut it lower. We don't want to waste that wood, but most of the time I don't have anything slated to go to the mill yet. That's coming up in the future, but yeah, I just wanted to address that. I cut all my stuff at a comfortable height if it's for firewood, because it doesn't matter. So that's just how I look at it. Answer a few questions. So yeah, needless to say, let's move on. Okay, more boiler wood. Let's move on. Well, there we were. We went maybe 20 yards. Can't make this up, folks. That last few storms we've had have really shaken the forest. But hey, I'm not complaining. Wood for me. Look at this one too. This one's probably good to go now. Oh, we'll see. Let's do it. I want you guys to pay attention to kind of how I cut this up. This is a smaller diameter tree, and I'm cutting it into probably 12-foot lengths and just flipping it back over towards the four-wheeler. I'd rather flip 3 bigger logs than carry out 20-something logs, so I address that now. Sometimes that works good with small diameter stuff. Cut it about into thirds or whatever's manageable, and just flip it back on closer to where you're working. I'd much rather flip 3 larger pieces than carry 25 smaller pieces. You know, 4-wheelers right here. Just a fun tip. All right, let's drop that stump. You know what? We're gonna leave that stump. You wanna know why? We're gonna make a habitat snag out of that. I'll go over that in another video. That'll be cool. But yeah, this we can make. I'll go over what a habitat snag is in a separate video. It's actually a really good thing to have on your property. You should probably look it up. Google or search habitat snag forestry, and you'll get some really cool articles on it. So interesting, when I was cutting this log, it already had a bunch of bird and bug holes. Like I said to you, that one's pretty rotted as it is. You know, the top of the tree is still pretty solid. I think we're just going to see if we can stand this back up, and we'll let the bugs and squirrels and everything make a habitat out of it. Again, habitat snags are good for the woods. It gives in a place where all the bugs, beetles, and birds can gnaw and destroy an already dead wood. That way they don't take some of your really nice straight pines that we'll use for, you know, timber years from now, or they don't take your really nice hardwoods. I'd much rather have them eat and destroy this really ugly pine than a really nice tree. I don't know. This thing's kind of solid. Still pretty solid. I wonder if we can lift her up. show you what I'm talking about. So you see all these holes? These are where woodpeckers, beetles, and bugs have been gnawing and eating at it. The rest of the log's pretty punky, and they've already had it with this stem, hence why that last storm blew the top out of it. So like I said, I'm going to cover this in another video, but we're going to make this a nice little habitat snag. We'll cut some holes in it, we'll clean it up. Yeah, that'll be cool to see it decay over the years and watch the bugs and beetles, you know, do what they need to do. So while we're here, let's grab the Mac, grab this limb, and grab those couple limbs. And then we'll throw it with our pile here. We'll split those. Those are very green. So we'll split those and burn those. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Limb wood is very dense, very good burning wood. Like these are small. These don't give you a ton of heat in the outdoor boiler, but number one, they're in the way. Number two, I might as well clean up the woods. And it all burns. It all adds up. You know, maybe cutting one of these next year when I throw it in the machine, maybe that's the one log that recatches and gets the whole fire going. You know, you never know. So it's free BTUs. I'll take it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go put our gear back, and then we're going to come back. We're going to empty the cart. We're going to come back and just load up and haul wood out, and I'll spare you that time lapse, and we will see how much wood we have when we get back. So we'll see you guys in a second. All right, folks, so this is what we got. I ran everything, those big rounds, right through the splitter, just to make life easier. But yeah, I'm trying to use this. This will be my outdoor slab wood, pine wood rack. I like the pine to be outside, gets the most sun. The hardwoods is what we do in the sheds, preferably. Because come winter time, when the snow and the ice, I'd rather be pulling premium dry hardwood out of a covered shed than trying to dig out pine. And I like to use the pine in the beginning and towards the end of the year. So needless to say, we're making progress. Thanks for watching, guys. God bless. Homestead Gym's coming up soon. We got a couple other trees in the woods. Yeah, the work is endless around here. The woods is always shedding wood, producing wood. So not a bad thing, not a bad problem to have. So thanks for watching, guys. God bless. Like I always say, we will see you guys out in the woods.